what's out there is not bad, but it's not going to have the same transformational effect as our coaching.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sid Charisse.
And I'm David Bosher.
And you're listening to Destroy the Hairdresser,
where we teach you to salon differently. After years of searching, we finally found a software that does it all. Introducing Aura Salonware. With Aura, you have the simple tools to streamline your business, such as a card on file, settings for hourly pricing, and even station sharing options. Implement communication boundaries with clients by interacting directly through Aura. Finally, a software that takes your business as seriously as you do. If you're interested in this type of profit maximization, visit aurasalonware.com/DTH to receive special discounts and promos.
Do you know what your hair color is costing your business? SalonScale does. Discover how SalonScale's cost-saving technology can save your business money. Their mobile app and Bluetooth scale accurately calculate the cost of hair color usage. It records formulas, tracks product usage in real time, helps manage expenses, reduces waste, and boosts profit. We want to give all of our listeners 10% off their first year of SalonScale by visiting salonscale.com/DTH. And for our current students in our one-on-one coaching program, you will receive 25% off all team and solo annual plans. Ask your coach for details to redeem. Today, we are on today's episode, we are going to read you submissions. We will keep the names anonymous, but we want to kind of give an inside look into our coaching and some of the things that people are saying to us in their requests for coaching, because I think it's eye-opening to see. Sometimes we get in our bubble, especially if we're an independent, we're in our own space, and maybe we are successful. You forget what's happening outside of your bubble, your community, or even in other communities around you. And so I think, they come in, they fly in. We get anywhere from 10 to 20 submissions a day. And when these are coming in, whether they're through DMs or actual people book a discovery call, it's always like a cry for help. And it's heartbreaking because like we seriously are reading them and just instantly knowing like, okay, I know where to start. I know I can help you. But like also there's this feeling of like knowing that the industry is still in so much pain and suffering. It's hard to kind of watch. It's like watching sinking ships.
Yeah, it's when I'm looking through the submissions, I'm trying to find one that's not too heartbreaking.
Like something that's positive.
Because a lot of, like you said, a lot of the submissions that we get are
I've been a business owner
sad.
for 20 years. I had a walkout. I don't know where to start. I'm about to lose my home. People will pour their hearts out into this 500-word paragraph, and to even hear even down to be like, I've sold everything I own to keep my business open and you're my last ditch effort. And of course we kick into action. There has been instances too where we've said, listen, like we don't feel right you paying us when you are so financially burdened. So even though we want to help you, it's going to take time, and it's like paying for coaching for a year before they see results or 6 months before they see results is that, so we usually send them in different directions. Maybe it's a different program, or maybe we kind of give them quick advice, or maybe we're like, listen to the podcast or join any free things we had or watch the blogs, like start making little micro changes, because taking their money when they're in debt is just not our MO.
And it's also a double-edged sword too, because I think the sad thing is people come to us once they're already too far gone sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, they don't have money to spend on coaching. But then at the same time, the only way for them to actually get help is through coaching. So you have to really, it's a balancing act of how we work with people and how we choose to work with people. I have one here that says, I'm hesitant with the price of coaching. I have used other programs and they're not what I have been looking for. And
we get that one a lot.
This one happens a lot.
Which I'm sure other programs get that too.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people skating around trying to find their one, which is important.
But I love, by the way, when people come to Destroy the Hairdresser for one-on-one coaching after they've done all the other programs. Mm-hmm. Because people that come to us first, they will leave and go try other programs. And that's fine. But it makes me sad because I know we have what's called boomerang students, where it's like they work with us, they leave, and they come back.
Mm-hmm.
You and I both know that what's out there is not bad, but it's not going to have the same transformational effect as our coaching.
Yeah, as one-on-one.
As one-on-one as well.
That's the key.
And like a lot of other coaching companies are related to like product sales. Like we're so different than other coaching companies that it makes sense that people are like, I'm kind of afraid to start working with you because...
Well, that's also why we have like, you're not committed to a financial contract. Like if you don't like it, you go.
I think that's one of the biggest differences for us is that if you join DTH as a student, you don't sign up for a year, you're not locked in, you just pay for the month that you're there. Most students keep going.
Yeah, most people stay for years.
Yeah, I think our average student is like over a year. And then when we see results with people, it's usually around 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have to make a commitment if you want to make change, like anything. If you want to go to the gym, you got to make a commitment if you want to build muscle and get healthier. But there's something about our program that if you come to us first, you're probably not going to stay with us.
Mm-hmm.
You may come back, but you're not going to stay with us. If you come to us last, those students have such a great experience because they've already tried everything else. And there's nothing like someone who's just, I've already tried everything else and I'm willing to, this is so different from what's out there. I love working with those people. But our coaching program, everyone thinks it's pricey. We are one of the most affordable coaching programs on the market.
For one-on-one coaching.
For one-on-one
I think
coaching.
people are like, oh, well, this one's $30. Okay, well, that's like a community group coaching.
Right.
Like,
and it's not even coaching, it's just a community.
Yeah, you're basically crowdsourcing.
Yeah.
You know, what everyone else's opinion is on the person who created its information. And that's where it gets dangerous. We did have a group coaching program and we ended it.
Yeah.
We tried it for about 6 months. It was successful as far as signups go.
It was successful for us.
It was successful for us. But the downside is that when you are taking on information, and again, you're crowdsourcing and you're not having someone support you or hold you accountable in your own BS, your own fears, your own blockages, your own individual business situation, it becomes a problem because then you're getting stuck in areas that you shouldn't get stuck in, that we wouldn't allow you to get stuck in as coaching.
Or you're implementing it
complete
like
with
not only wrong, but in such a way that could destroy your business. Not working with a coach and trying to implement hourly pricing, removing the front desk, going gratuity free without a coach. Do not do it. Do not take our advice and just try it willy-nilly because it won't work.
Yeah.
Should we call this episode willy-nilly?
Yeah, I love that. For those of you who don't know, we decide that
we never know the name of the episode until the end.
But I do think that's true. I mean, think about anything, even outside of coaching. Any business decision you make, you are having someone, whether sometimes it's your partner, sometimes it's your spouse, sometimes it's really a mentor, sometimes it is an actual business advisor, sometimes it's an accountant, a financial planner. You always have someone that is your point of direction. We call this your board of directors, building like your people. And for a lot of our students, in addition to all those people, they have a coach. And I think it's really important when you're doing business in any capacity, if it is your own business and you're not working for someone else, to have someone that is there to guide you and hold you accountable to the things that you want to achieve. But I definitely, I do think it's important. You know, we talk about this too. Students that come fresh out of school and they come into our salons were created based on an industry problem, right? Like every one of our methods were based off of a solution to an industry problem. And so if these people have never experienced that problem, sometimes we see they go in and even though they love it, they're happy, they're having a great time, there is this desire to be like, well, what else is out there?
Well, for the new people that come into the industry, if this is how we're doing business, this is just the standard.
Yeah.
But we create a solution for people that were already in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So we're exciting to the people that are new because they're looking for freedom and they're looking for all these things. But they do DTH first. They don't know that that's not normal.
Yes. So then they're like, well, DTH allows, freedom. I can go work at different salons. And then they do. And maybe it's not another DTH salon and they get a whole different experience.
Yeah.
And they're like,
it's usually
I'm
worse.
Going back to the first one.
It's usually worse.
And so what we want to do is eventually get the way our salons are running to be the standard, because then there is going to be less toxicity. There is going to be fluidity. We're going to have people putting their lives first versus their business. And everyone is going to have this like awesome situation, you know?
It's funny, the people that are successful they're successful when they're in our program, and people who leave the program, you see them kind of backslide.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get frustrated that they changed to DTH because they don't think it's working anymore. It is working, but what's not there is the being held accountable and, being held to a standard that only a coach or a mentor or someone else can hold you to. I see so many people leave.
Also having a community of people. Like all of our students they're friends. They go visit each other. We see
But
it
as soon as someone
all the
leaves
time.
and they don't have the community, all of them, I see them all backslide. And now a word from our sponsors.
We have partnered with Hair Story, a product line that is good for our clients, our planet, and our bank account. Have you heard of New Wash? It's like a shampoo, but actually good for your hair. New Wash is a cleansing cream that cleans and conditions without the harsh foams and damaging detergents found in traditional shampoos. Hair Story does things differently, creating more conscious options that respect the environment and your hair ecosystem. Ready to try New Wash for free? Visit hairstory.com/DTH to get pro access today. We at Destroy the Hairdresser, in a groundbreaking collaboration with health industry veterans, are bringing our listeners health plans that cover every professional in the beauty industry. This includes individuals, teams, and families. We are currently in the process of insuring thousands of beauty professionals in all 50 states. Healthcare benefits are now open, and guess what? There's no enrollment deadline. Sign up during any month of the year and gain health benefits quickly. Get your name on the list by visiting destroythehairdresser.com/hairdresser-healthcare. Well, I think the dangerous part is that when you make something like any program or any coach your light, your purpose, then you should just leave. It's the wrong reasons, because yes, it is great if a community can be formed within that relationship or a respect, but when it becomes your source of energy, that's where it's really dangerous, because now you feel trapped into something and you are, sucking energy, crowdsourcing, you're staying in it for the wrong reasons when you're not doing the work to do what you originally came into the program to do.
My teacher always says my coach, I guess, says you can start things for the wrong reason, but you can't stay for the wrong reason. And I find that true in our program. Like, people can start because maybe they like DTH, they like the podcast, or they like the disruption, but that that can't be the reason why you stay here. You stay with DTH because it works. And if you don't like it or it doesn't work for you, then don't do it. But you can't, like you said, you can't stay just because it's the cool kids for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, in 5 years, we're not going to be cool anymore.
I know.
But the methods will still work.
Cool at all.
Right? The methods will still work, and that's what's important. So, yeah, we get those kind of emails a lot, and I think we want to help, we can help, but there has to be a level of commitment from the student. And if you can't do it, that's also okay.
Yeah.
Right? You can try other things. But I wanted to read one more. This is from like a long time ago. So this one says...
How long ago? Like a different year?
Yeah, like 3 years ago.
Ooh.
It's been a
Going
dream of
deep.
mine to open my own salon, and I'm ready to start planning. But I have no clue where to begin. A few years ago, I received coaching with all of you, and it did so much for me in the best way possible. So I'm excited for this new journey in my life.
Those are my favorite students that come, learn, feel like I feel good, I want to take a moment, and they leave.
Yep.
That's the right consciousness, because we've had students that have had multiple coaches every time they've come back. Those are the boomerang students, because they're not staying for the wrong reasons of like, I'm afraid to leave my community. It's like, I feel confident in the knowledge and tools that I've learned, and I want to proceed with this for a while. And then they hit another roadblock.
And when I know I can't do it on my own, the door at DTH is always open.
Absolutely. And then it'll be like a year later, and they'll be like, I'm stuck in this area and I need to make a move and I want to do this or that, whatever it is in their business, and they get a coach. And I think that's how you should use a coach. I think
it's like going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
You don't just go to the grocery store once and go, I thought I would have food forever.
You don't just live in there.
No, you have to go. Yeah, you can't live at the grocery store.
Yeah.
You have to go to the store when you need something. You go and you get what you need. That's how we built this program. Is We're going to teach you foundations. We're going to teach you tools. You don't have to be here all the time. The people that leave that I start to see kind of backslide and experience some more failure is they were all or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do everything DTH or I don't like them at all.
Mm-hmm.
The people that do the best are the ones that are like, thank you, I'll be back later.
Yeah, it's also using like your critical thinking skills.
Yeah, well,
like
don't even get me started on that.
When you're coming in and be like, I'll do anything you say, it's like, no, I want you to hear my perspective. I want you to hear my ideas. But I also want you to collaborate. Like, what does that make you feel? Like, how does that, you know what I mean? Like, and when those students that are like that, where they're like, I love this, I'm taking this, I'm doing this, and then I'm interjecting myself into that as well, because this is my business, not DTH's business.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that are thriving. And then they're like, oh, I'm opening a second location. I want my coach back, you know?
That's why our favorite students on the record are boomerang students.
Yeah.
Come and go.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to stay here forever. The door is always open. And if you're a former student listening to this, and you thought, I want to come back, or I don't know how to re-enter, like, the door is open. You can work with a different coach. You can come back to your same coach. You can do whatever you want. We are here all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We're a grocery store.
Open 24 hours.
We close at 5.
You know, it's someone asked the other day, they were like, I was reading on your website and you say, like, in your program, unlimited texting, but then you talk about boundaries. And I'm like, just because you have access to send that text 24 hours doesn't mean that our coaches aren't setting boundaries and not responding. So, like, we wanted to have that open line of communication. So if you're having a meltdown spiral at 3 a.m, whatever time zone you're on, because we do have students in different countries that are, Australia, someone's sleeping, someone's waking up.
Yeah.
And when they send that text, they know that it's safe in a spot that their coach will get it when their coach is working during their set hours. And it's set. And I think that part is beautiful too, because
that's like saying, well, it's an unlimited buffet, but like you need boundaries. It's like you can only eat a limited amount.
Yeah. It's just like to know there's something safe about knowing that I can just like dump what I need to say or what I'm feeling. And then the coach will navigate that. And I know that I'm going to get a solution within 24 hours.
I think the unlimited texting that we offer is the saving grace of our program.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you can only do so many phone calls. I mean,
yeah, you can only do so many phone calls, but it's also because this is where we save some people from making mistakes.
Mm-hmm. We're talking to you every single day.
They will vent about a current employee or something that happened, and if they didn't have a place to put it, they would sit with it. They would go to bed thinking about it. They'd wake up angry. Then they go and do that reactive thing. Now that you have a place to like put all that energy and know that you're going to have someone give you feedback and you wait for that feedback, that's what makes
you're open to the feedback.
And you're open to the feedback. That's what makes a student successful, because it puts a pause in everything that you're going to do. And hairdressers are not pause oriented. Mm-mm. We are like flying by the seat of our pants.
It's like a really incredible aspect of us, but also can be very dangerous. Like,
do you fly by the seat of your plants?
The seed of your plants?
There we go. Is that the name of the episode? No, I think it's... Wait, what was it?
I forgot.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
People are in their cars screaming. Next time on Destroy the Hairdresser, the podcast.
I think those clients that we think or we assume are green light clients, those are the red light clients.